Been another chemical explosion in our area, this time at a plant in Crosby. One worker is killed, 2 others are in critical condition.
You can see on the left side of your screen the flames are out, but there are still concerns.
Tonight, all of the shelter-in-place orders have been lifted.
But crews are keeping a close eye on the air after the fire sent a plume of dark smoke into the air. Ethanol, ethyl acrylate, and isobutylene were learned today. Isobutylene is a highly flammable, colorless gas that can cause a faint petroleum-like odor. It can cause dizziness, drowsiness, and unconsciousness if you inhale it.
And it turns out KMCO has a history of violations. Our KHU 11 investigative team is looking into that. But first, Adam Bennett in Crosby. What are investigators telling you tonight? Adam?
Well, Lynn, now that fire is out, investigators have been able to go to the site, and their mission is to try to figure out what exactly started this fire and where exactly it started within this plant. Now, earlier, the sheriff told us that he thought it started in what's called a transfer line. They think it ignited and spread to a nearby isobutylene tank next to it and a nearby storage container. Now, for much of the afternoon, for hours, the focus was really trying to keep those tanks cool to keep the fire from spreading. A spokesperson with the fire marshal's office told me they even brought in some firefighting foam that had been used over at the Deer Park ITC chemical facility to help fight this fire. Meanwhile, plant workers tell me they did not get very much warning before that first explosion.
The operators told us that it was time to leave, but I mean, no alarm was sounded. We were just kind of walking away because, we just assumed it was some kind of release. And then as we were, it actually ignited and the tank actually exploded. And then it was just, it was disorganized. There was just kind of a mad dash to the exits at that point.
And authorities here say no traces of any hazardous materials have been detected in the air. Everything detected is below action levels. Now, I'm also told that TCEQ is monitoring the water quality, and the county, they say that they are working on setting up a website so people can get information updates as this case unfolds. Lenimia.
Called this fire, quote, an unfortunate accident.
Janelle Bluda is in Crosby. What else is the company saying about the fire and the investigation, Janelle?
Yeah, guys, so for the first time, we're hearing from the president of KMCO himself. Incident a great tragedy. Now he says right now they're not releasing any information on the employee who was killed and the 2 who were injured. All he's saying is that they're in critical condition at Memorial Hermann. He says they are still working to find out exactly what led to today's fire. He thanked first responders for their help in putting out that fire and has a message for the community who was impacted.
First, an apology for creating the situation, the worry, the angst, and we take our commitment to the community and employees very seriously, and we want to do things right. We strive every day to do things right, but accidents and unfortunate events do happen. So we'll be working to understand what went wrong and taking the steps to prevent future occurrences and earning the community's trust again.
As you guys mentioned, we've also learned that the chemical that first ignited was isobutylene, and then the fire spread to 2 other chemicals, ethanol and ethyl acrylate. Now, as for how much actually burned and how this fire actually started, we hope to learn all of that in the coming days, guys.
All right, thanks, Janelle. And a lot of you have questions about this fire, especially considering just a couple of weeks ago we had the ITC fire in Deer Park.
Marcelino Benito is here now. He is verifying what's real and what's fake for you. Marcelino?
Well, guys, let's get right to it. We've seen so much information spreading out there about the company's past troubles, including the claim there was a similar explosion at this facility on Christmas Eve back in 2010. Well, I can tell you we looked into it and we can verify that this one is true. 2 people had to be taken by life flight to the hospital, then another taken by ambulance. All 3 employees survived that explosion and fire. Of course, seeing another dark plume of smoke in the sky was pretty scary for a lot of folks out there, especially after ITC. And viewers want us to verify if exposure to that smoke is harmful to health. Breathing that in can't be good, but as far as specific impacts to your health long term, we simply don't know yet. So that is why we're leaving that claim right there in the third column. As soon as we get more information about what specifically burned and what exactly was in that smoke cloud, we'll be able to move it to true or false. And finally, an issue we keep seeing repeated over and over is the claim that this was somehow terrorism related. That we can confirm is absolutely false. Although a detailed investigation will take place to determine what led to today's incident, there is no evidence, zero, that this is tied to terrorism at all. The same goes, by the way, for the ITC fire. We know you guys have lots of questions and concerns. If you see something out there that you do want verified, all you have to do is ask. Send it our way, email us, verify@khou.com, or reach out to us on Facebook and Twitter using the hashtag KHOUverify.
All right, thanks for the breakdown, Marcelino. And you can read more about the company's past violations, what was burning, and how officials are monitoring the air quality. That's all on KHOU.com and the KHOU 11 app.